Welcome to Estimating It's Dirtier Than You Think. You know, most folks don't grow up dreaming of becoming estimators. It's not glamorous, but let me tell you, it's essential. Just like a bad foundation can sink a house, a lousy estimate can derail a project faster than a greased pig at a county fair. We're talking busted budgets, blown deadlines, the works. Estimating is all about taking a hard look at a project, figuring out what it takes to get the darn thing done, and putting some numbers on it. We're talking about materials, manpower, time, and yeah, even the risk of things going sideways. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and get down to the nitty-gritty of accurate project planning, you've come to the right place. Let's dive into the different types of estimation services that can save your bacon and keep your projects running smoother than a freshly paved driveway. Quantity takeoff. What's it gonna take? First up, we got quantity takeoff. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. We're talking about breaking down a project into its bare bones. Imagine you're building a house. You don't just run to the lumber yard and yell, "Give me a bunch of wood." You need to know exactly how many 2x4s, how much plywood, how many nails, the whole 9 yards. That's what quantity takeoff does. It's like a meticulous shopping list for your project. These guys and gals, they pore over blueprints. They measure twice, cut once, and they come up with a detailed count of every single material you're gonna need. Get this wrong, and you're looking at cost overruns, delays, and a whole heap of headaches. Trust me, I've been there. And it ain't pretty. So a good quantity takeoff, it's like having a solid blueprint for your budget. Cost estimation. Show me the money. All right, now that you know what you need, it's time to talk about the Benjamins. Cost estimation is where we figure out how much this whole shebang is gonna set you back. And trust me, there's more to it than just adding up the price of lumber. We're talking labor costs, equipment rentals, permits, insurance, even things like travel expenses and those darn porta potties. A good cost estimator, they're like financial detectives, sniffing out every last expense and putting a price tag on it. This is crucial, folks, because without a realistic budget, your project is about as stable as a Jenga tower after a couple of beers. So don't skimp on the cost estimation, or you might find yourself digging out of a financial hole deeper than a West Virginia coal mine. Time estimation. The clock is ticking. Time, my friends, is money. And in the world of project management, time estimation is how we keep things moving along. We're talking about breaking down the project into individual tasks, figuring out how long each one is going to take, and putting together a schedule that would make a drill sergeant proud. Now, this ain't just about slapping some arbitrary dates on a calendar. A good time estimator, they factor in everything. We're talking about weather delays, material availability, even the time it takes to get permits approved. Because let's face it, nobody wants a project that drags on longer than a summer rerun. Accurate time estimation keeps everyone on track and prevents those dreaded budget blowouts. Remember, time waits for no contractor. Chapter 4. Risk Estimation, Expecting the Unexpected. Let's be honest, folks, even the best laid plans can go haywire. That's where risk estimation comes in. It's like that old saying, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Risk estimation is all about identifying potential problems before they rear their ugly heads. We're talking about things like weather events, material shortages, labor disputes, you name it. Anything that could throw your project off course. But here's the thing. Identifying risks is just the first step. A good risk estimator, they don't just point out problems, they come up with solutions. They develop contingency plans, they build in buffers. They basically make sure you're ready for anything that life throws your way. Because in the world of project management, it's not about avoiding risks altogether. It's about managing them like a pro. Chapter 5. Resource Estimation. Round up the troops and tools. You got your materials, you got your budget, you got your timeline. Now you need the right people and tools to get the job done. That's where resource estimation comes in. This is all about figuring out exactly who and what you're gonna need to make your project a success. We're talking about skilled laborers, specialized equipment, even things like software and office supplies. A good resource estimator, they're like casting directors for your project. They find the most qualified people for the job. They make sure you've got the right tools in your belt. And they do it all while staying within your budget. Chapter 6. Bid estimation. Winning the job. All right, you've done your homework. You know what it takes to get the job done right. Now, it's time to put your money where your mouth is and submit a bid. Bid estimation is all about finding that sweet spot between being competitive and making a profit. You gotta be sharp, folks, because you're going up against other contractors who are hungry for the work. This is where all your previous estimations come into play. You gotta factor in your costs, your timeline, your resources, and even your profit margin. A good bid estimator? They're like master negotiators, crafting a proposal that's attractive to the client but still allows you to sleep at night. Chapter 7. Accuracy assurance. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Look, I'm all for getting my hands dirty, but when it comes to estimations, accuracy is key. That's why it's crucial to have a team of experts double-checking your work, making sure every last detail is accounted for. Think of it like this. You wouldn't trust a plumber who only measures once, would you? Same goes for estimations. You need folks who live and breathe numbers, people who can spot an error from a mile away. Accuracy assurance is all about giving you peace of mind, knowing that your estimations are solid as a rock. It's about eliminating surprises and keeping your projects on track. Because at the end of the day, a job well done starts with a solid plan. Outrow estimation. Not glamorous, but essential. So there you have it, folks. The not so glamorous, but oh so important world of project estimation. It's not always pretty, but trust me, it beats the heck out of a busted budget and a missed deadline. Remember, a job well done starts with a solid plan, and that plan begins with accurate estimations. Whether you're building a skyscraper or just fixing a leaky faucet, take the time to get your estimations right. Your bank account, your sanity, and your reputation will thank you for it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a date with a shovel and a septic tank. Keep it dirty, my friends.